So we're going to be focusing on, obviously, this cyber attack that your media group broke in terms of a story. And I wanted to know, do you know any more in terms of the motivations for this attack?
Well, there are a couple of versions about the attack. On the first side, it could be from the Russian side because of the email. It is a Russian email, and the deal with F-16 planes. In fact, the attack happens at the same day when the parliament voted about the deal, and we should think that it could be from the Russian side, hybrid attack. From the other side, it could be something pretended to be like a Russian attack, but at the same time, it could be something internal from the Bulgaria or from a side different than Russia. And the third side is something connected with some enemies of the government because it's a special period in Bulgaria between two elections. It was a European election very soon, and we will have a local election in October. So there are, let's say, powers who are very keen on attacking government for a lot of time. So
to continue with this point then, in terms of this being linked possibly to the government, and an email that informed the journalists of this attack blasted the government as corrupt. Is there any chance that any data, do you think, could be released that might compromise the government in view of these elections that you were just talking about?
Well, about the data, I don't think so, because there are data from the Ministry of the Finance, and there are data from the National Agency of the Tax Administration. So what kind of data could be wrong, that, let's say, for the government that way? No, in fact, the attack, it could be something not good for the government, because it makes clear that the protection of the data, the very important data in the state, are in very bad conditions. So we have similar attack a couple of months ago in another state agency where the very important information from the trade register and other registers here are. So this is not the first time. And obviously there is a problem with the protection of the data in the state.
So what does this mean in terms of the people who've had their information hacked?
What about the data? You mean what kind of people are in this?
No, how does this hacking put the people at risk because they have had confidential information hacked?
I have reached to the data from today, and I was digging all day long, and I could say, yes, there are very, very sensitive data. All the Bulgarian politicians on high positions are in with their data, with the names, there is a special security social number, and some of them are with their addresses both in Bulgaria and with some real estate abroad. There are a lot of companies with very sensitive data too, and it's more than 10 gigabytes of very sensitive information. I'm sure that from now there will be a lot of scandals because of that. There will be a lot of problems because of that, this leak, in fact.
Okay, so finally, just to wrap all this information together, what concerns you most when it comes to this hack attack on people's confidential financial information?
Well, it's obviously that the data of the people are not protected on a good way. So it's very important from now the government to take very serious measures, to make very big investigation in this direction as a way people to be safe, to have safe data, and the same for the business, the same for the leaders, let's say, of the country, the politicians, the business leaders, etc., because now they're not protected on the right way, obviously.
Okay, and are you confident that those measures will be taken?
I'm absolutely sure about that. I'm absolutely sure. Even today, there was statement from the government. They started together with the Ms. Gabriel from the European Commission. They will help us to make the right things, to take the right measures, and the most important is to make enough investigation in this area, because now for years there were almost no investigation in this area, and there were almost no good specialists in this area, because most of them go to the private sector where they are much more paid.
Okay, well, thank you so much for joining us on the program, Mr. Stanimir Vagalov.